I don't get why I have to watch this. Like, I mean, I know we're at the end of the tunnel, and there could be aces or saviors anywhere, but I mean, I don't know, you know? I mean, come on, like, seriously? They've set the tunnel on fire, and they've blocked the tunnel off, yet, for some reason, they still think people are gonna be getting through here. I just don't get that. I mean, I get where they're coming from, you know, being worried and everything, but I mean, come on, no one's gonna bother to put this out. No one's gonna bother to dig this out just to get through a tunnel. Like, come on, that's just stupid. I can't be bothered to keep watching anymore. I'm just gonna go sit down at the campfire with everyone else. I mean, I don't know. Everyone's telling stories. Let's tell stories on board. There's no point watching. No one's gonna come through the gate. Come on, that's just stupid thinking that someone's going to. So come on, story time. Should we tell campfire stories to lighten the mood? Yeah, I'd say so. So sure. How about you start with, how did you meet Lee? Well, it wasn't too long after all this started, I guess. Anyway, it's a few months after. At that point, it was actually Jamie, our mother, our father, our little brother, and me. And as you can see, they're not here, which is probably for the best, to be honest. They were struggling in this new world. So, when Lee's family found us, he asked if we wanted to join him. My family said yes, as they wanted to be around more people. Little did we know that Lee had a big trade going on with the Aces. When my mother and father caught them, they asked what was going on. This led to the Aces shooting them both, as they didn't know who they were. Then it was only us three. We got told that our parents had died on a supply run. We never saw the bodies, so we didn't know at first. Our little brother decided to be nosy. He always wanted to be a detective when he grew up, and, you know, he looked around and found a blood trail and followed it. Led to our parents' bodies. Terrified, he came running to Jamie and I. He told us that they had a bullet in their heads, and it wasn't an accident. We didn't believe him, so we got him to show us. When we saw their bodies, we checked their eyes, just instinct, and they had never turned. So the story Lee told us was a complete lie. We wanted to confront him, we really did, but we didn't want to die too. Our brother, being the impatient brat he was, he took it into his own hands to go out when we were asleep and ask Lee himself. Lee told him the complete truth about the Aces, everything. But when he opened Lee's front door to head back to Jamie and I, there stood a group of Aces. They grabbed his arm and put a knife to his throat. A kid. Then they called Lee out and asked if he was his kid. Lee said no. Then they asked him how much he meant to him. Lee said he didn't really know our brother very well, so they took the knife and they killed him right there and then. Then after that, they shot him over and over and over again. Listen, Georgie, guys, I'm so sorry that this happened to you. That's not all. We heard the gunshots and woke up. We went to see what happened, and then the Aces grabbed us. They once again asked Lee if we were trustworthy, and unlike our little brother, who he said wasn't, he said we were trustworthy, and they didn't kill us, but all Lee had to say was that our brother was trustworthy, and he wouldn't have died. And then he decided to blackmail us. He said, "You protect my family, I won't make them kill you." That's what he told us after the Aces left. Listen, Georgie, we'll kill him. Maybe not now, but believe me, we will. I don't doubt that. Oh, and Ryan, thanks for getting us out, you know, and giving us a chance to get the courage to get out of there. It honestly means a lot. Well, I mean, I guess it's no problem. I don't really give you courage. I just asked if you wanted to come with me, but no problem, I guess. How about you, Gabriel? Or Father Gabriel? How did you meet Lee? Oh, is it my turn? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Well, at the beginning, I was in my church. Since I was in there pretty much 24/7, I was preparing for everyone to arrive for the normal everyday ceremony, when I heard banging at the door. Keep in mind I still had an hour before everyone was coming, but I opened the door anyway, and in came a lovely lady, but she wasn't right. I know now that she was a walker, but back then I didn't. I saw her as a normal person. Okay, I know this is a bit of a weird question, but have you even killed a walker? You know, I wouldn't expect you to have. Yeah? No. No, I haven't. But anyway, I ran circles round her so she couldn't grab me, until I eventually fell over and she landed on top of me. She was biting and trying to grab my head and rip it open, obviously, but all of a sudden I hear a gunshot and the woman has no head. Terrified, I jumped up and there stood Lee. He saved me, but he wasn't good. I could tell he had some kind of odd aura about him. I could tell he was a sinner, and a big one at that. He then took me back to his community. It had 4 houses and a few RVs, I think. I was living in one of those RVs, and one day we got betrayed by one of our own members, and lost a lot of our stuff. Then we took on a big supply run that required everyone at the base. Turns out the whole thing was a trap, and we came back with less people than we left with. Then we found out that we had been broken into while we were gone, but luckily they left enough food and ammo for us to survive. Seems like they were scouting more than looting, though. Yeah, about that, that was kinda me. Oh, well, thanks for not taking much, I guess. Anyway, from there, Lee made a deal with the Aces. When people heard about that, or heard about what the deal was, everyone started leaving, including Mr. Levi and his wife. I stayed because I would have died on my own. For the longest time I regretted staying with him, but I didn't know what the deal was, hence the reason I didn't know he killed hundreds of innocents when you told me. I don't know why I was actually going to stay with him. When you asked, I wanted to leave. I'm glad I didn't. At least this way I'm able to do more. I knew about this war, but I don't know why this has to happen. God would have never wanted this, nor would he let this happen. Yeah, I get that, but then why did he let this happen? I don't know, but there has to be a reason. Maybe it's to cleanse the country of all bad people. I honestly don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Exactly, we sure will. And I just want to say thank you to you three or you two, I guess, but it's technically three, for telling your stories, I guess. But I'm gonna go get some good rest. You know, I'm out of all of you here, I've had the less sleep out of all of you. So I'd appreciate if you guys could keep guard. You know, make sure no aces get in, no saviors, anything like that. While I'm sleeping, hopefully I'm gonna get good solid day's rest. You know, that should keep me going for a little bit longer. But thank you guys, and it's raining. Okay, maybe that'll put the fire out, which isn't exactly a good thing, but of course a thunderstorm starts when I'm about to go to sleep. Of course it does. I mean, how much? We've still got a bunch of gasoline. I mean, anything up here? I don't know. Let's get some rest, I guess. I mean, I can't be bothered to sleep in my bed, so we're just gonna sit in the chair. Okay, there we go. I mean, maybe we could fall asleep, you know, looking at the fire. I don't know. It's just pretty cool, I mean. Let's just try and get some rest. It may take me a while, but I really need it. And I honestly think Father Gabriel has great potential. Maybe he can learn to fight and maybe he'll be a great shot. I don't know. Georgie and Jamie, they seem like valid fighters. So, they've all got a purpose. There's a reason they're all alive. Whether that's because someone else protected them, but there's a reason that they're all alive. And we just gotta find out what that reason is. And I'm pretty sure I can do that. It's gonna be quite hard, but I can do it. I believe in them. I think they could all be valid fighters.